Right, okay, so welcome back to Exehaven Harbour, and what you see here are two kits from this company called L-Cut Creative. I've been in touch with them, and I've had an email contact with a guy called Jacob, just to say we'd like to see much more in these laser printed kits that they're doing, and this is the very first. I think there's one, maybe two other little bits of kits that you can get. Now these are very well detailed, and like I say, I've had an email conversation with Jacob, and he is intending to complement, let's say, his 2mm scale N gauge with everything that he produces for AA gauge. Now, I come across L-Cut Creative through watching Underground Derek, and he gets a fair bit from him, and I decided to go with these retaining walls because they're so good, and they come in units like that. Now I've bought 10, which will cover about 30 centimetres. And I'm going to start building one just to see what it's like. I'm going to paint it up first. Right, actually I think I can probably make that and then paint it. But anyway, and I've also bought the small lineside office just to see what it's like. And I've opened up the packet, and it's unbelievable for N gauge. It's really good. But anyway, after the conversation that I had with Jacob, I think he's going to be producing windows and doors in N gauge to start, I think, next up, possibly. And I think that's all good for us, because or us N gaugers anyway, because it's quite difficult to find really decent bits of kit, or I do, with the detail that I want. And anyway, that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to build one of these, just one of these retaining wall sections, and I'll come back to you in a second, and I'll just show you what it looks like. Right, okay, so welcome back to Exehaven Harbour, the next segment of this video. So I've got all of the retaining wall built. They're all in little individual sections, so let me just sort of show you that. So there's one there. Now there are some pieces that will go on the back of that, so that it gives it an angled sort of shape from wherever you're putting the retaining wall, so it would sort of come towards you a little bit, just to give you a little bit of relief. Now at the moment I haven't done any of that. All I've done is just put the basic kit together, and it's such a detailed set of retaining walls for N gauge. I'm very pleased with it, and I think what I'm going to do with this is actually stick it. I've got some very thin boards that I got from eBay some time ago of MDF, and I think I'm going to cut a piece of MDF. It's about 2mm thick MDF, and I've got a great big pack of it for £10. There's just strips of it where whatever company it was, we're just getting rid of it. So I've got stacks of it, and I think I might do that so that I'll hold that all together nicely, and it is very flexible, so if I need to sort of bend it a little bit, it will. But yeah, I think you'll agree with me, it looks pretty good, especially in N gauge. And to find detail in N gauge is quite difficult, you know, and I haven't actually really painted these. All I've done, and I think I mentioned it in the last segment, was that I went over it with some diluted concrete colour paint, and that's just sort of lightened it up a bit, and I quite like that look. So the only other difficulty I had with it, when it was sort of gluing, everything bowed, and everything is still a little bit bowed, and I think it needs to be stuck down to something. And these little pieces, decorative pieces that go along there, that strip, they're obviously, each one is individual, like you can see there, and they are swines because they want to bow as soon as you put some glue on them. So that took a little bit of persuasion, and I think some of them have got a little character, let's call it, where they're slightly bent, but I'm going to live with that because that does, I think it still looks pretty good. So very good, excellent. So that's L-Cut Creative make these, so I'll give them a look. They haven't got many products yet, like I say, but worth a look. Okay, something I forgot to tell you that I've done as well on here, on the edges of the retaining walls down here, originally, and they're cut in, they're like a brick insert as such, so that each retaining wall piece will slot in together. Now, I found that some did and some didn't want to slot in quite right. So what I've done, I've cut those off. So I've got a sort of a flat edge now, so that they butt up together quite nicely. And those that did, with the brick inserts that went together, I didn't quite like the join down here, because it wasn't a sort of, let's say, it was very obvious that they were joined like that. So I've cut them off, and it was about 1 millimetre on each side that you have to cut off. But I think they sort of go together quite nicely now. Right, okay, so there it is. That's the finished model. As you can see, it's not very big, and it is quite fiddly to make. A couple of things that I did a little wrong was the way that I put the roof on, but I'm going to cover this up somehow or other. I'm going to do a little bit of weathering soon, and I did use super glue, and for the life of me I don't know why. Usually I put a little blob of glue down on a piece of paper or something convenient and use a cocktail stick to put it on, but this time no, I decided to just use the tube, and it come flooding out, and unfortunately I've got a little bit on the roof which I'm a bit annoyed about, but I have painted over that, and that may get another coat just yet. I don't know whether you can just see that there, just there, but I think with a little bit of weathering and so on it'll be fine. I painted it up, and I used the Rail Match, and this is the dark brick paint, and it's a little bit unnerving when you first put it on, because it actually looks very like a bright pink, but it does go down to a dark red, which is a bit okay. But like I say, it is such a fiddly model to make, but it is very, very detailed, and I don't know whether you can get right into the roof there, but that is excellent. The tiled roof is fantastic. Like I say, it's all laser cut by L-Cut Creative, and it's a smashing kit. The windows are superb, so tiny but so detailed. I'm not sure that you can see in there, but they're actually, there's this little arch in there, you can't really see it, but it is a great little kit, and I will be making a couple more of those, I think, for the layout, and obviously I shall do it slightly differently, but yeah, that's the first go at it, and I'm really pleased with the way that's turned out, and I shall put some guttering and downpipes on it. But yeah, check them out, L-Cut Creative. I have paid for all of this out of my own money, but I said to Jacob when I got in touch with him that I would show on my layout. So there we go. Great kit, great stuff, and along with the retaining walls as well, excellent stuff, very detailed, which is what I like, and hopefully Jacob is going to make more windows and doors and loads of stuff like that, so looking forward to that. Right, good morning and welcome back to Exehaven Harbour. Nearly forgot where I was there. Oh, it's an age thing. Right, so the point that actually takes us down to the branch into Budleigh Regis, and the train standing at platform 2. It's not wired in yet, but I was testing it for length of platform, so that's what we were doing there. But anyway, moving back to the point that takes us down to the branch, Jason Wood from the escarpment noticed that the point was actually kind of facing the wrong way, and it should be a left-hand point perhaps rather than a right-hand point. Now, I did reply to Jason, and I did say to him that it sort of kind of worked okay, but while I was working on Budleigh Regis, I kept glancing back, and I just thought, he's right. And Jason said it might aid the smoother running of the trains if you have a left-hand point rather than a right-hand point. Now, like I say, although it works fine, as the trains run round, there is a little bit of a, let's say, a shimmy as the train goes over that and then continues round on the main line here back into Exehaven Harbour station. So, Jason, thank you for pointing that out, and I mean that. I don't just sort of mean that sarcastically. I think it's a very good point and valid point. So a new point has been purchased, and we shall be replacing that. And then once I've done that, I am working hard on Budleigh Regis station. I've had to change things around slightly, but nothing drastically. It's only like the Y point there, getting it in properly, and I'll be soldering and track laying in there this morning, so hopefully I'll be making some progress there. Obviously the Christmas holidays actually haven't really delayed me, but there have been times that Mrs. Exehaven has wanted me to do other things rather than me trompsing out here and having a quiet few hours. So yeah, so there we are with that. So I'll be back to you once that's done. Right, so finally kind of finished it, and I'm reasonably pleased with it actually now. I've weathered it up, I've put some guttering on and downpipes, and I've used a mixture of light earth, concrete dust and black soot to give it that dirty sort of yard look, and it's come out reasonably well, and actually it is a lovely kit. All you've got to do, I think I kind of rushed it actually towards the end, because I needed to go and do something else, and you know, I would say never rush anything because you can end up messing it up. And I think I've recovered a situation on a kit, and as you can see it is so small. I've just watched Steve Lingham District. Hi Steve, how you doing? And he was saying how fiddly N-gauge models are. I think he's built a load of ratio kits, and he's right. There is no doubt it is very, very fiddly, and you must take your time. Another little tip, and I think I may have said it before, is keep glue off your fingers, because when I was finishing it up, I was rushing. I've got glue on my fingers, and I've got glue a little bit on the roof and a little bit on the sides of the models, but fortunately I repainted over that, and now with a good liberal scrubbing of dirty weathering powders, it now looks the business. So I'm happy with that, and that's going to sit at the maintenance depot at Budleigh Regis, and I hope that I can scenic that in really well. So really enjoyed making it, and it is a lovely kit. Like I say, it's from L Cut Creative. I've paid for it all myself, and I'm very pleased with it, and I'll certainly be watching out for more products that they'll be producing. So I'll finish up with that, There'll be probably one more segment before I finish up this video, and then we'll take it from there. Alright, so I'll see you shortly. Cheers for now. Right, so to finish up this week's video, I'll just show you some of the Christmas haul. Some of it is still coming, and I'll show you that perhaps the next video or the one after. It depends how quick it gets here. But yeah, Mrs. Exehaven this year has really pulled the stops out, and she has followed the list that I've left implicitly. And she's been on to Osborne's models, and Father Christmas managed to get from there a fair few of their laser cut kits. So I've got the low relief corner district bank, a tailor's shop, bookshop, cinema, butcher's shop, and the row of half timbered shops, and I'm really pleased with those. Also that come with that, and I just wanted to see what they were like more than anything, are the valances. One's for the Great Western, which I believe is a Great Western valance, which is the one at the top here, and this one is just I think it's a Southern Region one, but it's if it's not, it's very similar. So that was really good, and I'm happy with that. Obviously lots of model making to do, and I'm going to need lots and lots more models. This is kind of intended for the sort of back area of Budleigh Regis, to run along the sort of back scene, as it were. So we'll have a look into that. I'll build them and see what we can do, but they'll certainly go on Exehaven at some point and somewhere. There's plenty of room, believe me. Moving on from that, I did get a lot of money for Christmas, and from Model Railway Scenics, as you can see up there, I ordered lots and lots of different types of Victorian shop fronts. They're all 3D printed resin, for ready when I will certainly be doing a lot of scratch building, and getting windows and things is very difficult in Engage. But I've come across this lot. I think there's probably about 10 different types of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 different types of window front there, or maybe 9. And while I was at it, I ordered various different things. I've got post boxes, relay cabinets, and I've got some route trolleys ready for station platforms and things like that. They all need painting up, obviously. So yeah, a nice little haul from there, and I've seen some lights and things that I like at Model Railway Scene, so I shall certainly be looking into that soon when I start building Budleigh Regis Station, which is on hold as we speak. I'm still doing the track, but I'm waiting for the windows, and they seem to be taking forever to come along. So yeah, that's what we're waiting for there. Then, almost to the main event, if you like, and it wasn't that expensive. It was 60 quid, or £63, including postage and packing, from a company in Holland, believe it or not, and it got here in a couple of days via DPD, and it's a company called Airbrush. There's lots of places that do this. This is a TimberTech Airbrush kit, and I can't wait to have a go at this. I'll probably, the first job will be doing the track, and I shall get that set up. The actual kit itself, it comes with 3 different size needles, varying little bits and pieces in there. I read a lot of reviews about airbrushes. I didn't want to overspend on my first one, and I wanted to get one with a good compressor, and apparently this is a very good compressor. The airbrush is okay for general stuff, and to be honest, to start with, the whole thing for 63 quid, with an English plug on it, by the way, is excellent value. So that was that. Like I say, there is some more stuff to come, but that will hopefully arrive in the next couple of weeks. Now, moving over here, and to show you just how good this community is, and this has just turned up, and my friend Chris at Whezzy Palace Chris, I thank you so much for that. It's very kind of you. He's given me this little pack of goodies that he didn't no longer need, and he sent it up to me. And oh God, I'm so grateful, Chris. There's some lovely stuff in there: figures, little kits, lights. You know, it's fantastic, and what a lovely thing. And you know, it's just so nice being a member of this community on YouTube. Thank you, Chris. Thanks again. Thanks very much. I hope you're well. I'm looking forward to seeing perhaps some videos from you this year, making up on your dioramas and things. Looking forward to that. Okay, so that's about it. So I'm going to wrap this video up for now. Thanks ever so much for your support. Again, I had quite a few more subscribers this time, so we're getting quite close to that 1,000 mark now. I think I'm up to about 958 subscribers, I think, last time I looked. And yeah, so looking forward to a good new year, and you know, lots of modelling opportunities. Okay guys, thanks very much. Cheers for now. Speak to you soon. Cheers.